Hey guys, what's up? My name's Seb and welcome to the Jump Inside JumpCast. And today we're gonna be talking about dragon games. Yes, I know the title and in the introduction of the month said characters with special abilities, but we thought why not go one step bigger and do dragons with big giant wings. I think that would be more appropriate. So these are gonna be dragons, and these are going to be from, I think, 4 or 5 different games we're going to be mentioning today. So I'm all ready, and I'm going to obviously kickstart. But before I do, I want to introduce to you my awesome and amazing team. I'm going to mix it up by doing this in a completely different order. Jay, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, hey!
Jay, would you like to tell us about your channel?
So, my channel is obviously full of little Let's Plays and little bits of analysis videos. Currently, I am working on a massive project that has about 12 to 17 hours already into it, just on working on it. It is a complete history of the Call of Duty franchise, and I really am excited to try and get this done before obviously the new one comes out, but I really hope people will go from this and go, oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out, I'm gonna wait for them to finish this work because it's really, really good, and if not, they just don't care about my sanity. But honestly, I love being on here, and I will happily take some time out from that for this.
Okay, awesome. Jay has done an amazing video that I will mention that I have started watching. I haven't completed, but I'm going to just be continuing to watch for the time being, as she's done a massive 40-minute road trip on what game?
Oh yes, Road 96. Road 96 is a fabulous little game. It's a fun. I think it's kind of indie. This is a Let's Play of the first kind of playthrough I had. There are, I think there's like, well, there's thousands of different combinations, but I'm doing it through on this version because I am looking to expand into reviewing things, and I wanted to start with something that's actually really fun. And Road 96, which is on Xbox Game Pass at the moment, is really good and worth your time. I had an absolute laugh. I genuinely laughed till I cried while I played it. It was great. It was great fun.
Cool. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't blame you.
I've only got to 15 minutes so far. So, anyway, moving on to Blue Fox.
Yeah, it's me, Blue Fox. I've already been here countless times, so you already know me. But for the newcomers, I make video game discussion and reviews on my channel, and it's always a pleasure to be here, Seb.
I'm so excited. Blue Fox hasn't been here last month, so we all got lost and we all stumbled in our ways, and we had to bring Jay in, obviously, to keep our sanity levels to a point. It didn't work out, but we are glad that Blue Fox is back in the chat. And on the fact that Blue Fox is back, Blue Fox, you've hit a number of views on your latest video, which seemed to have spiked. So that's a congratulations. Do you want to tell us what video that was on, and possibly why it may have spiked up for anyone who's wondering?
Well, thank you for the congratulations. And yes, it's a video about it's a video game review about Pokemon Bushido, which is a fan-made game. And not gonna lie, I have no clue why it exploded. It's a fan-made game, which is very charming, but it's not well known. I guess the Pokemon franchise is known, but nonetheless, I was very excited to see it hit YouTube. So thank you for mentioning it, and I hope you liked the video.
Cool. Yes. It's really good, and I'm just happy that you've got those numbers. Do you know who else has hit 3,000 views in a YouTube video? Kamizoide.
Yes, me.
That was meant to be a really cheesy pun just then. I'm so sorry.
It's alright, it's alright. It's yours truly, the real Kamizoide, aka known also as the Elden Lord. Recently uploaded a 10-second meme, I would say, that somehow managed to reach 3,000 views. Still can't believe it though, but yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's really good having you here, and to be able to have you obviously in the chat and everything, and to be able to have all of you in the chat as we go forward into this video. Who am I going to start off with? Who am I going to pick on first? That's the question. Blue Fox, let's start with you.
Just because I'm the first one on the Discord chat? Oh, I understand.
You abandoned me last month. You're getting picked on first.
Seems fair. Alright, well, the game I've brought is Breath of the Wild, little game by Nintendo. You may have heard of it. The bestseller on Nintendo Switch. It's a game that doesn't have dragons as protagonists, but dragons play a role in the game, and I wanted to talk about that role. As you guys know, the Zelda Breath of the Wild is a game set in an open world, in Hyrule, in a very big world. And there are 3 main dragons that roam the land, which are Dinral, the red dragon of fire that represents power, that stays in the north near Death Mountain. There is Farosh, which is the green-yellow electric dragon, which represents courage and is in the Faron jungle. And Nitra, which is the blue ice dragon that represents wisdom, and it's around the mountains in the east. Out of these 3 dragons, just the last one is a boss fight. The other 2 cannot be defeated, cannot be fought. But the nice thing is that they roam the land, and you see them almost always. When you start the game, you see them in far, far away, but you don't know how to reach them. You don't know if they're enemies or foes or friends or whatever. So it's a bit of a mystery. You don't know what to do with them. But when you proceed with the game, you learn more about them, and you learn that you can do certain things and get certain items from them. And once you get these items, well, you can do, to be spoiler-free, you can do some things that are very nice. But there are side quests. You don't have to do them for the main quest. So that keeps the mysteriousness of Zelda Breath of the Wild intact. They're a good representation of what Zelda does for world building and the ecosystem that creates around the fauna and the flora.
Cool. What I was wondering about the Breath of the Wild game, those dragons in that particular game, they're not the same shape as you'd normally see in a dragon game, are they?
Well, they're based on Chinese dragons, the long dragons, which are the long ones, to say it in a very easy way for our viewers. Which, yeah, they are not the Charizard-esque kind of dragons, like Charizard and Spyro and like these European dragons, but more like the long ones that are, they don't have big wings, and they have, well, they are pretty long. They're like snakes, flying snakes. And they are, this is a horrible way to describe Chinese culture, but yeah, of course, in the East, they are very culturally important. I think in Japan there also are. So Nintendo decided to pick them as the main 3 dragons of Hyrule.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's a giant snake flying throughout the sky. Oh.
There were better ways to describe them, and I didn't do a good job.
I just love the fact that you've chosen Charizard in comparison in that sentence. Oh.
I guess it's the most famous European-esque dragon in games.
Yeah, they're kind of like, if I'm guessing correctly, it's kind of more like Rayquaza, is it? The
Yes.
Emerald main?
Yeah. If we were comparing to Pokemon, yes, Rayquaza is also based on the long Chinese dragon.
I thought, if we're doing a Pokemon comparison, we might as well go whole hog.
Yeah, these are the 3 main dragons of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Cool. Right, okay, just to disorder everything a little bit, I'm gonna go with Jay next on her game.
So I've got 2. I've got Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, because that has a fantastic dragon. But spoilers, everybody, for Oblivion. It is right at the very end. It is where Martin Septim steps into the Temple of the One, faces down Mehrunes Dagon, the Daedric Prince of Revolution, who is here to just mess everything up. He smashes the Amulet of Kings straight on his chest and turns into an avatar of Akatosh, the dragon god of time. That is cool as hell. That is one of the coolest things you get to witness. And it just happens in this moment, and you're like, we've run out of time. You know, he's ripping open the temple. You're like, this is it. This is the end. We have screwed up. And Sean Bean gives himself up to win this fight. It's amazing. Honestly, that to me is one of the best. But I also wanted to chat about the Spyro trilogy, because obviously, how could I not? and I just thought, you know, I do have some favorites of the baby dragons that you get in Spyro Year of the Dragon, if I'm honest. Mainly Shemp and Peanut. I've got to be honest. They're really nice. They're really cute. I love them. I'm not gonna do the other 8. I'll probably do a video on them. Just 10 favorite babies. But yeah, I love them.
May I ask why you mentioned Oblivion rather than Skyrim? Because Skyrim is the whole point is that you're the Dovahkiin, the son of the dragons and whatnot.
Because, well, it's too obvious to do Skyrim, but also, Oblivion's ending was the first RPG I finished, I think, and honestly, I can genuinely tell you, I can remember it like yesterday. 2010, in the UK, there was, or at least in the northeast, there was this massive snowstorm, and I wasn't able to get into school. So instead of going to school or doing anything related to my GCSEs and getting any qualifications, I played Oblivion a lot, and I finished it, and I got to experience this at a time, and it was just before Skyrim came out. I think Skyrim came out like a year or 2 later. And honestly, it was just incredible. I loved it, and I guess it's because it's a bit more. The dragons weren't on all the box art of Oblivion. You didn't see anything about them until this very, very last moment that made it so special in a way. With Skyrim, you see them every 25 minutes. You know, it gets a bit boring after a bit.
I was going to say, the Martin Septon thing for me was the best dragon experience in the whole of the Elder Scrolls games. Yeah, it was generally just honestly the transformation that happened at that point, when, because like it's the first time you ever see, like, because dragons at that point in video games, there weren't a lot of them out there apart from World of Warcraft. So the moment you're just sitting down there and you're just seeing the whole fight happening, oh, that was just incredible, honestly.
But also in universe, it's pretty amazing, because obviously Skyrim takes place what, like 400 years or something after Oblivion takes place, and they're saying, oh, we haven't had dragons for thousands and thousands of years. So like, imagine you're just walking about town. Well, you're probably not walking about town in a demon invasion, but you're seeing this demon invasion take over your city, and you're like, this is the end. And then literally a god dragon happens. Like, that's the first dragon that anybody has been able to see for thousands of years. And also, you literally are witnessing a god with your own eyes. It's so cool, even in universe. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know, it's incredible. It's just like, oh.
I will say though, before we move on to somebody else, isn't it weird that when you watch the Spyro Reignited trilogy, why are all the dragons in Spyro 1 like made to be hot now? Like not all personally I find them attractive, but you can tell that somebody's spent some time on fan art websites to redesign these guys. It was very uncomfortable in a rewatch.
Spyro, if I was doing some dragon research, and if I'm not correct, I think Spyro is the only dragon with you know, with a proper name like Alduin and stuff that actually is on the title of its own front cut. Like he's got his own game. That's just a really epic thing that I love about Spyro there. Okay, moving on now to Kamizoide.
Hey. Now I'm pretty sure, well actually, I'm 100% sure that the dragon that I picked can honestly beat all your dragons without even breaking a sweat. The one that I picked is a boss from a very known game that I love, is Dark Souls 3, specifically the DLC The Range City. dragon goes by the name of Dark Eater Midir. He has a very unique and great story, by the way, which is Midir is a descendant dragon of the archdragons. He's also an immortal being raised by the gods. He was given only one task to eternally battle the darkness and whatever, you know. And as the time passed and went by, the gods have passed and disappeared. And as for Midir, he ended up being consumed by the darkness, turning him to an absolute monster of a dragon and a very, very, very hard boss. Off topic here, just a fun fact. It took me 3 days to actually beat him. But anyway, now to start this off, Dragon's design is amazing. His skin is like dark blue, and he's covered with crystals and stuff. Now, as for his fight, it is hard, and what makes him very unique and different from other dragons is that unlike the others, where you can hit them in their tail, legs, wings, and whatever, for Midir, the only way to deal damage is to hit him in the face, where it actually hurts. As for the tail, legs, and stuff, he doesn't feel, it's like you're tingling him or whatever. Also, he's also a very aggressive and relentless dragon. He doesn't slow down or even gives you a minute to breathe. And he has the typical fire breath, and also he can shoot like a dark laser beam. That makes sense. And if you're lucky to reach his second phase, he starts summoning some dark souls to attack you for a few seconds and can do explosions. And what's funny is the first time you meet this dragon is by complete accident. You'll be rocking around, traversing this bridge, and suddenly a dragon flies by, shoots his fire breath, knocks you off the ground, and if you manage to survive, you keep walking, he'll attach himself to the bridge and start attacking you. The only way to move forward is to actually knock him off the bridge. Now, surprisingly, for anybody who's not very good at Dark Souls, this is an optional boss, so you don't have to fight him. But I think we can all agree here that the feeling of slaying a dragon is something that we all want to experience. And slaying Dark Eater Midir is not an easy task, but damn does it feel good.
Any tips to fight off this dragon?
Well, just one simple tip. Actually 3. Hit him in the head, dodge, and get good. I can give you any more tips than that.
I was going to say that third one, I'm pretty sure I've heard that before for a different boss as well.
Rule number 1 while playing any of the FromSoft games, just get good.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of all of us, then, just as a total, which dragon is possibly the biggest dragon out of all the video games we've mentioned? Because I know it's not Skyrim. And it's definitely not Spyro. Unless Spyro's really big and everything's like really miniature, if you get what I'm going with.
Yeah, it's a horrifying concept.
Biggest
really
dragon, or...
If you're speaking big as if like the most known dragon, I would say Spyro, because that's the only game where you actually play as a dragon. I didn't mention this.
No. I mean, like, in size.
In size, I think Kamizoide's dragon you brought up seems pretty big.
Yeah, it's pretty big, but I do know another dragon that's, well, it's not just big, it's gigantic. Also from the Dark Souls series. This one is from Dark Souls 2. I think it's called the Ancient Dragon, yes. And this one is as big as, I don't know, a country. It's really, really big. Well, I can't say a country, but yeah, it's big. And his fight is the worst fight I've ever experienced, and I don't want to talk about it.
Well, speaking about bigness, I would say the dragon from Zelda Wind Waker, from Dragon Roost Island, that's massive, that's big as a volcano. So that is pretty big in size. And it's a boss fight.
I've never played that game, so I don't actually know the size, but that sounds quite big to me. I'll mention my game quickly. My game is Dragon Age, mainly because I bloody love that game, and it's got dragon in the title. And it's not. I was gonna originally go with the Archdemon, then I remembered, even though it looks exactly like a dragon, it's an Archdemon and it's not a dragon. And then I remembered there is a dragon in that game that you fight on top of a mountain cliff. And basically what you do is you go to this mountain cliff, you fight through all these miniature dragons, and then you get to this thing at the top of the thing, and there's a bong, like a thing you hit, and it's you don't have to hit it, but if you're curious, and you know the phrase "curiosity killed the cat," then you hit that bong, and a big dragon comes down, and if you're like level, I don't know, 8 or something, and you're not like level 12, 13, 14, something like that, you don't get the ability of being able to kill this dragon. It's too tough, and yeah, I mean, there are strategies you can use, but unless you've got health potions and you've trained up a bit, you're not really going to be taking that dragon out.
I have been meaning to get into it, so you've slightly sold me on this. I might have to try out and really get into Dragon Age. That'll be probably my next thing.
I wouldn't say that I played Dragon Age 1 or 2, but I did play Dragon Age Inquisition, if I pronounce it correctly, and yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it.
I did not have the pleasure to play Dragon Age, but I did play Dragon Quest, which is another game that has dragon on the name. I did play Dragon Quest 11, and there are a lot of dragon enemies, but I can't recall like a boss or a very big dragon that appears in the game. But my memory is it's a bit faded.
I don't think there is either.
No, there are dragon enemies that I'm sure of, but I don't remember like the final boss being a dragon.
I always encourage and say like the one thing about Dragon Age compared to like the Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition. Dragon Age Origins is my crispy, that's the game, that's the one with the story, that's really good on narrating and all that kind of stuff. Whereas like they're, you know, the number 2 and Inquisition were a little bit lacking for me. I've completed all of them, but I know the ones I like and the ones that have that lack for me personally. So yeah, that's just the area. Okay, right, moving on. So we've mentioned all our dragon games.
Well, before we do, I might have found the biggest dragon. If you want to kind of allow this, it's obviously yeah, it's Star Wars' Krate Dragon.
Star Wars Krate Dragon. Okay, I'm listening. I've got this.
The Krate Dragon. Okay, because apparently throughout their lives, they live to an average length of almost 45 meters long and weigh about 2,000 kilograms.
That's a big dragon.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
That's
it's not.
Big one indeed.
It's not a traditional dragon, really, but obviously, you do get to see them in the Mandalorian series, and I was thinking this one might count, but yeah, it's the episode where he joins the Tuskens and they do the fight. That's a Krate Dragon, and that's how big they are.
I like a sand dragon.
Yeah, they're massive. It's what the in A New Hope, the giant skeleton is when they walk through the desert that you see. It's one of them. Yeah.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, there you go. Thought, hang on, I think I might know this.
I think this is a good point to wrap it up.
Yeah, you can move on now. I just wanted to say that because I was like, I've Googled this.
Just end it with one quick question. Which do you guys think, out of all the dragons we said, is the strongest? Like, imagine like a battle royale of dragons. Which dragon do you think wins?
I don't know, the time shifting dragon Jay mentioned earlier sounds
the
sounds
dragon
scary to
god
me.
of time. Yeah, it does seem like he's got an unfair advantage being, the god of time.
Yeah, I mean, how can you compete with that, right?
Yeah, you can literally, anytime you swipe at him, turn the clock back and hit you harder. It's just unfair, really.
And it's not even a Pokemon, so you can't just catch it and be like, okay, got it, there we go.
Exactly.
No.
He's not under the control of some 10-year-old. Sean Bean had to be eviscerated of all his flesh for him to show up. So, pretty important.
I'm picturing Endgame from Avengers, and Spyro is Captain America against Thanos, and he's just going, I can do this all day.
That's
that's a game I would buy.
That's an edit I've got to try and do at some point in my life.
Also, on the side of not going too far off track here, but you know when they were going through the portals?
Yeah.
I always found that weird why Thanos didn't attack straight.
Yeah, you let everybody show up, just start shooting people. they're like a shooting gallery at the moment.
Should I finish them off now really quick? No, I'll let them come through. I'll lose the fight, possibly.
Exactly.
I'll put a risk for myself.
It's a gentleman's game, you know?
A gentleman's agreement.
I get it, but he really believes in something at one point, and now maybe he's not so sure. Maybe he's not.
Is it really a gentleman's fight if you
know,
turn half of the universe to dust?
It's
And he doesn't bring the hellfire when they're all there standing there until later on.
When his
What
own
is
troops
going
are
on?
there.
and there were no dragons, so what the hell, right?
Yeah, I mean, just not even worth the movie, really.
No, not even worth it. There's no dragons in that movie. Don't watch it. It's great. There are dragons in the Marvel universe, aren't there? There's the one from what was it?
Shang-Chi, I guess.
Shang-Chi. That's it. Shang-Chi. There was a big dragon battle at the end of Shang-Chi.
Oh, was it?
I'm not going to go too far into that for spoilers, but you know, dragons in Shang-Chi definitely worth a
There
watch.
is one. There is one in Guardians of the Galaxy, the game.
Is
Would
there?
recommend it. Yes, I'm not going to tell you where. Play it. It's really good.
Which Guardians of the Galaxy game?
The one that was made by the one that was recent, that was meant to tie into the same universe as the Avengers one.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, I think that pretty much wraps it up. Before we do, I just want to go over just to all three of you, just seeing what you can expect in the future of your channel. So, Jay, what video? And I already know this, but what video are you editing right now?
It's still the Call of Duty timeline. Nobody's going to hear from me until that's done. that's it for now. Once that's done, life might return to normal.
Yeah, forget lockdown. No, Jay's suffering from video creation.
It's a self-imposed exile. That's what I've done.
Is Jay okay? No. She's just fine. She's just making a video. Blue Fox.
Well, I'm working on a couple of videos. The big one that I needed to do a lot of research is a quote-unquote sequel on my video about every game set in Italy, which did pretty well, and I really like doing. But I'm gonna do every game set in a new country, which I'm of course not gonna reveal, but well, watch out. That's gonna come up in September, October, hopefully.
And of course, Kamizoide. What's coming up on your channel?
I've got a new video coming up very soon, so that's very great. And as for future videos, it's very simple and good because I've already set myself like a journey for multiple videos. And if you guys don't know, I've asked so many people in the community of Elden Ring to like choose a boss, pick a random weapon, suggest me like create a random build that comes to your mind, send it to me, and I'll go and take care of it and make it as a video. And so far, it's going pretty well. I have 7 videos planned to be released at some time. And that's for part 1, and part 2 for research on more people to join in the journey. So yeah, that's my videos coming up. Focusing on Elden Ring, which is, yes guys, I am the Elden Lord.
Because you got good, that's why.
On that note, I'll end part 1 right there. Intermission time. I'll tell you, Jay, introduce the intermission.
It's the interval, 'cause it's the interval song. 'Cause it's the interval. Go get yourself an ice cream. Go stand up and go to the loo. Do something else with your time, 'cause it's the interval.
Right, so yes, this is part 2. Hopefully you enjoyed the intermission, and of course we're coming out of it. This podcast is now recorded just like a few hours after the previous intermission you just heard. So, but you're hearing it seamlessly. So yes, let's just get into it. Welcome to the people that are not in the European time zone, LWood and that guy who is a new guest for this particular show. So let's start getting into this. I'm going to bring a board game along, but before I do, I'm just going to introduce you to that guy who, of course, is new on the channel. Would you like to go more into about yourself quickly before we get into this?
Hello, I am that guy, and I actually don't know what to say.
That's brilliant. That'll do. That is great. He has no idea anything about his channel, which is great. That's exactly what we want.
Hey, Seb, it's not that guy. It's the guy, okay? It is the guy. Yeah.
I could redo that if you want. It's just
No. I'm happy with this right now. It's great. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
So yes, that's that guy. And Alwood's also joining. Alwood, do you want to just in 2 seconds say what your channel's about?
Hey guys, I'm L Productions and I make gaming montage videos. Please subscribe.
That's pretty much it. Right, okay, let's get into this. Okay, Alwood's brought along a game called Minecraft. Do you want to talk more into that game?
Yeah, it's a open world, it's an open world creative creator game where you can make anything you want. And the final boss is the Ender Dragon.
Okay, so the Ender Dragon himself, what's the special ability that this Ender Dragon has? Because he's the final boss, you work up to him. It's not easy to get to, you know, if you're playing it normally, you know, you have to go towards things, you have to get blaze rods and everything like that just to even find where the location is.
Yeah, his special ability is he's giant, he's this giant dragon. His special ability is to shock you to see how big he is.
Okay, that's cool.
It's something you've never seen before.
I love the fact that the dragon is an award for completing everything in Minecraft. If you get my drift, you'll go here and you'll go there and you'll just explore places, and then eventually you'll come along to this dragon and this fight he'll just be flying around and be like, whoa, I've done all this stuff in Minecraft and I've actually finally got to the end here and stuff like that. My first time battling the dragon, because I've done it, and on survival mode, and I did it with a group of 6 people, and we all put a bunch of armor on, and we were we got to the cave, and we dug the cave out, we built ourselves a little armory room before we went into the end, and we were like, okay, let's put our armor on and get to the end and we'll battle the dragon, and we did it together. And I remember we chose out of the team who would take the last Slay of the Beast. So, you know, I think it brings an extra layer to the story. What would you say about
that? Yeah, I think it definitely brings an extra layer to the story because kind of brings everyone together. You have to get all these people and just to try and kill them, or you can just go on it and get them alone. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool how it brings people together.
Okay, I have to ask this question now because I know you know a lot about the Ender Dragon. Have you defeated him survival on the game before?
Yes, I have.
Yes, you have. You've got that achievement. You can claimly say, I've got the achievement defeating the Ender Dragon on survival.
Yes, I have. I think it was on the Xbox version, Xbox 360. I did it with my brother.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah, we had a real.
Who got the last slay blow? Did you or your brother get the last slay blow? And is your brother older than you?
He is older than me, and yes, I got the final blow.
Oh, that is nice. That is nice of him. He let you, didn't he? Let's be fair. He let you get the last blow.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind brotherly love there. I think it's a nice decision. If you're playing with a group of people, let the youngest have the glory victory punch, even though you'll all hate it afterwards. Anyway, that is that game. We're moving on to another game now. That guy, by the way, have you completed Minecraft on survival?
Yes, indeed I have.
Alone? With a group? With a brother? With a sister?
I've beat it a few times actually, a few alone and a few with a few other friends.
Okay, okay. Run me through how your fight went down. Or your favorite version.
Okay,
of the
so
fight.
obviously there was a lot of preparation and time invested. So basically, you would start the world and then you would get wood. It's like Minecraft is like very peaceful, so it was like very. The first time I did it, was very peaceful, and I had no idea what I was doing, but it took a very long time.
Not if you do it with my team will put you on hard difficulty straight away.
Yeah. I think my first time it was on easy because I was actually pretty young, but because I played on my Xbox 360 a long time ago, so I was still pretty young, and I remember just learning the mechanics. Like you get wood, then you get stone, then iron, then diamond, and it was pretty cool. But when I was learning
Did you specifically follow this order? To get thing iron, then did you go with that specific order, or did you like mix it up a little bit? Did you go straight for the iron before you built the houses and all that kind of? I don't know. Did you build houses?
When I started, I used leather as my first one because I killed cows and I'm like, oh, I need armor, so I got leather.
And this video has now got a bunch of dislikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I obviously don't do that anymore because I know more. And I built like a dirt house because it was my first time. But as I got better.
You remember the first time playing Minecraft? Like, does everyone remember the first time playing Minecraft? I'm not sure if you do this on your first time playing Minecraft, but I think this is just a general rule of thumb, is the monsters are coming out at nighttime. So your option is, if you have no idea what you're doing on Minecraft, dig 3 layers down in the middle of the mud, and to put 2 layers above you, and just wait out the night. That is, I think, is everyone's first time playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
You just dig upwards. Are they gone? No, it's still nighttime. Put it back before the monster gets in. And everyone's first creeper explosion goes, it's another zombie. Slash. Back. Oh, yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, no, it's. The game's beautiful, and yeah, I agree. But Lord of the Rings, I think it's right, isn't it? Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth.
Oh, Shadow of War.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, Shadow of War. I also played that one.
So talk me through that game, because I've never played this game, so I'm interested. I'm sitting out. Okay, I'm taking notes. I'm ready. Okay, here we go. Fill me in.
Okay. So basically, Shadow of War is a game, and I played it on the PlayStation recently because it came out free on the PlayStation library actually. So you get 3 monthly games if you didn't know for free on PlayStation. So it was a free game. I downloaded it, and then so basically there's like a ton of lore connected to it. So you're this like men are dying out basically because orcs are taking over the world. It's pretty cool because they have like armor. They can have like poison weapons, fire weapons, dark weapons, and you can steal their loot if you kill them. And there's like captains who are extremely strong. So basically, you go fight those first. But as you progress in the game and go to different worlds where the orcs are like weirder, like deformed, they have like it's just like so crazy. And when you go to different worlds, there's like a fire world where they have drakes, and the drakes are like insanely powerful. And if there's like a skill set, if you pause the game and you go to your skill set, you can get a skill set called Dragon Rider, and you can literally ride these dragons and fireball the open world game. It's really cool.
I'm getting Skyrim vibes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm gonna just bring in a game that I haven't properly mentioned. I don't think I mentioned in the previous one. I can't remember if I have or not. But World of Warcraft.
Ooh, yeah.
There are dragons in World of Warcraft, and I'm so invested into World of Warcraft. And I love just being able to fly around and having unique mounts, because everyone plays World of Warcraft with random mounts. And if you're listening to this, I'm sure if you've played World of Warcraft, which is maybe a few of you, you'll understand what I mean. But you just want things that are more unique. It's an online game. When you play an online game, you want things that are unique. I bought a dragon transformation spell on that game, where I could turn into a dragon, and then I found out it was a 2-seater. So meaning that if I ever brought someone into the game that had the ability to ride, they could ride on my back. I could fly them around everywhere. I thought that was like a pretty cool thing.
Yeah,
it was a great way to
pretty
introduce
cool.
people. Yeah, I just imagine, hey, how you doing, friend? Welcome to the game. I'm glad you were able to buy the game and you check this game out. By the way, I'm a dragon.
I'm a dragon.
That's how I would introduce people to the game. I'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm a dragon now.
I love online games that are like that. You always go to online games and go like, look at me, I've got this really unique thing. Check me out, I'm the mightiest of the might. Welcome to the video game. And because they've never played the game before, they're like, is that special?
Like, is that good? Is that bad?
Is that a good thing? I'm not impressed at the moment because I think that's a thing that everyone gets. I'm like,
Unamused.
Be impressed.
Like,
yeah,
clap, everyone. Like, everybody clap.
You just stare at you going, is that a good thing? I have no idea. Right. Okay, moving on to my game. And I already picked Dragon Age in the previous one, so I'm going to pick something different in this round. And I'm going to pick a board game. Ooh, I know, spicy, isn't it? I've already talked about World of Warcraft. Let's get even more geeky here. Dungeons and Dragons board game. Oh my god. Howard and I spoke before the podcast, and we were like talking like Dungeons and Dragons and how inventive it can be. I think if like Dungeons and Dragons, I think no one knows quite what it is until they've actually played it or until they've done some news about it. It's basically a game around a table that everyone can make up their own character. And when they do, they create their character, they design who they want that character to be. Not in the game, they write it down on paper and they give them backstories and everything. And you can do what you want with this. There's no limit. It's not a game. It's not coding. You don't have an option of what your backstory you want to be. You write your own backstory from scratch. You have to be inventive and creative. Once you've done that, you have a dungeon master that tells you what to do in the game. Well, not what to do in the game. He'll give you a story that you can follow to however you want to do it. There's no rules apart from what the DM tells you, and you can do D&D any way, shape or form, and it's just honestly it's beautiful. But the best part about it is it's friends hanging out, because I used to do it, and it used to be like around a table. You'd buy some food, you get some drinks, and you just chill out. You just go around the table, you just have some fun with your mates and all that kind of stuff, and it was just really, really good. So like, Howard, you say you haven't played it, but you're looking for a group, is that correct?
Yeah, I haven't played it before. Haven't really gotten the chance to play it with some friends because I've been moving all over the place.
Yeah, you're a mover, aren't you? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it seems like we've planted our roots here in the place
good.
that I'm living now. So I can tell you guys.
You're gonna get some D&D friends. Oh, you could film it. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? If you get some cameras going. Yeah, a few iPhones and just film the session. That'd be a good YouTube video.
I had an iPhone 11. That would be pretty good.
That guy. What's your take on D&D? Have you played it? Do you know what it's about?
I actually have never played it, but I've heard about it.
Okay, what's your take on it? What do you know about it from what everyone said or what you've heard of?
I know it's a board game, and just knowing that, I think already has a lot of potential to be pretty fun. Like, I know you said like not to sound geek or anything, but like, yeah, I still think that would be very fun. Just being on a board game instead of a physical game with dragons, since it's different from regular games.
I think if Skyrim had a board game, D&D would be it. I always say Skyrim and Oblivion have very similar lines of levels between what that game actually is. there are generally monsters in Skyrim that I go, yeah, that's just from D&D. They've just taken everything from D&D. I'm like, oh. Because that's just generally what the game is, and it is a brilliant game. I know we've already talked about Skyrim, but like, yeah, I love any mystery, historical dragon game. It's just really fun, and yeah, there you go. Well, I very much enjoyed that, and before I leave, I'll just ask LWood just to say if he's got any future plannings on his channel.
Oh yeah, I've got many different plannings. Like, I'm planning on doing another Call of Duty Warzone video. I know everyone liked that. And I'm also planning to stream more on my Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, other stuff. So if you guys are interested, my channel's down in the description below.
Cool. Yes, go check that out. And of course, that guy. You want to talk a bit more about your stuff that you're planning on doing on your channel, like, and just give a bit more ground level about what it's all about.
Yeah, of course. I couldn't talk in the beginning, but basically, I just do playthroughs of gaming at THELOZOYA, and I think it's pretty fun, like experiencing games. And on JumpInsideGames here, we get to like just talk about them. So I think that's really cool, and I get to experience them. Like, you get to see my reaction live, my first time playing it on the channel itself, and then I guess I just talk about it over here. So it's pretty cool.
I have to ask, on your channel then, as you just said that, some of the games that you play on that channel, are they your first time playing them?
The playthrough story mode games like Among the Sleep, or I'm gonna like Slenderman: The Arrival. I've been playing a lot of those. But like, I think I like playing a lot of horror games, and yeah, I think the first time is golden because you just don't know what to expect, and when you record it, it's just a lot of fun to see your reaction. So yes, it is my first time, and I've only done 2 playthroughs. Oh, actually 3. I've done the 4s, so 3 so far, and I'm gonna do more.
And on that investment, just before I end the video, I just wanted to ask one last thing, because obviously you're a new guest here. When you do a playthrough, let's say for example you do, I don't know, the Slender, or do you ever get like any disappointing games that you like, okay, that wasn't as fun to react to, and some games you do get like, oh my god, I did that and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on a few games that I particularly played, recorded, like part 1, and then I'm just like, well, I didn't really expect that. That was pretty boring. I don't know if I want to upload this, and sometimes I'll just delete it and not upload it. And it's pretty disappointing and a waste of time, but yeah, there are some games that definitely I think could be better, and some games that are really good.
Okay, well, there you go. And thank you so much for being guest on the podcast. And of course, LWood, thank you also again for being involved. And thank you to my previous guests. Thank you, Blue Fox. Thank you, Kamizoide. Thank you, Jay. I really hope I haven't missed anyone out, and if you do, you're more than welcome to knock me out, but there you go. And yeah, thanks everyone for being in the podcast, and hopefully you like the new themed intermission style. So I will catch you guys again on another Jump Inside podcast and another Jump Inside video as well, because I'll probably try to drag LWood along on another video.
Yeah.
That Call of Duty
yeah, I love
fun.
this place.
Oh my god, yeah, I love it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Ta-ra, and goodbye.
Bye, peace. See you.
I love that. You're doing the salute, aren't you? As you're doing, you do it. I said peace.
It's just what I
Lovely.
do.
Goodbye.